Jesse James was a lad, he killed many a man. He robbed the Glendale train. Well, he took from the rich and gave to the poor. He'd a hand and a heart and a brain. Well, Jesse had a wife to mourn for his life. 3 children, they were brave. But that dirty little coward that shot Mr. Howard, he laid poor Jesse in his grave.
So, that little cabin is probably not one of Jesse James' hideouts. It's an old mining shack up here in the woods of Prescott, Arizona. Probably not used by Jesse James, but I thought it would be a nice background instead of just me sitting here playing the song. I recorded that capoed on the 5th fret. So that would put it up in the key of C for my singing voice. But we're going to go through this together in just the key of G and just open banjo, no capo at all. So let's first of all look at the structure of this song. And the way I've numbered the measures and everything. There's a pickup here. When we say Jesse James, well, Jesse, that's a 2-beat pickup, and then James, the James is the downbeat really. So when I numbered these measures on the tab, the first measure doesn't count, that's a pickup. So we start with that second measure is going to be measure number 1. And if you look at the tab, you'll notice that the verse part goes up through measure 16, and the chorus part goes through measure 32. So this is a 16-bar song, both in the verse and in the chorus, 16 bars. And then we have 2 endings. The first ending you'll play as you go from verse to verse for several verses, and then the last ending is simply when you end the song. Got to end it sometime. And so you won't go through that pickup again into the next verse. There are a couple different places where we have some filler licks here, and you can stick in any filler lick you want, G lick. You can use the ones that I have tapped out, or something else, be just fine. Alright, let's go through this and see if there's anything unusual. This is a fairly simple arrangement of the song, but I think it sounds pretty good. Also, there may be a few things that you haven't done before. I'm going to try and play a lot of the melody with the index finger of the right hand, which means we're going to reach over to the 3rd string with the index finger. So if you're not used to doing that, that's something to start getting used to. A lot of songs you want to reach over to the 3rd string, maybe even the 4th string with the index finger. And the same thing with the thumb. Not in this song, but in a lot of songs, that thumb maybe wants to come over to the 2nd string, or maybe even the 1st string if you're playing melody on a single string. So there might be a couple little things that are new for you in this song. Let's kind of take this phrase by phrase and see what we come up with. So we start out. So that's kind of the first phrase. Jesse James was a lad. Open fourth string, open third string, and then we're going to slide. And I'm suggesting here slide from 2 all the way to 4, not just to 3. I know a lot of songs we just slide to 3, then we hit the open second string and it kind of overpowers the sound. But in this case, we slide all the way to 4. They're close. Maybe not exactly the same because of the equal tempered tuning that we're using here, but a lot closer than if you just slid to 3. And when I do this slide, and then I'm using my second finger on the second fret of the third string, sliding up, and then coming right back down. So there's no real need to take that finger off of the third string because you're going to come right back down to the second fret and then pluck it open. Kind of kill this sound so you don't have this. We're not sliding down, we're going. So we're killing the sound a little bit. But you can keep your finger right on that third string. So let's do this little opening phrase together. Jesse, sorry, Jesse James was a lad. One more time. Jesse James was a lad. And then we have a little bit of fill here for the rest of that measure, measure 2, which is really the third measure. This whole thing is pretty much based on a forward roll. We change it a little bit, but pretty much forward roll. And that's what this fill is. Lad, he. So he is the beginning of the next phrase. Lad, he. And put down a C chord. Kill many a man. So now here's a case where we're reaching over to the third string to pick up that melody. C chord. Kill many a many. So on that many, I'm playing the open third string with my index finger of my right hand. Killed many a man. And again, a little bit of fill there in measure 4. He robbed. And here we're sliding from 2 to 5. All the way up to the 5th fret so that it matches up with the open third string. And this is kind of a slide. You want that slide to arrive at the 5th fret as you're hitting the third string. Try that a few times. Robbed, robbed. Hit that 4th string, 2nd fret, and then slide to the 5th fret. As you get up there, you're going to hit the open third string. Slide on the 2nd string from 2 to 3, Glendale train. Okay, so let's take it from measure 4, he robbed, and then we'll have the Glendale train. Now, see, I was pushing a little too hard on that string. You can actually bend it off pitch if you push too hard. Let's try he robbed again. And again, a little bit of fill in measure 7. Train. Basically a forward roll there. Train. Now, starting in measure 8, well, he took from the rich and gave to the poor. This is kind of a repeat. Well, he took from the rich, Phil, and gave to the poor. He does. So open 1st string, 2nd fret. Slide again. Heart and a hand and a into a little lick. Again, filler lick, G lick. The only thing I'd say here is that I think this should be a pull-off. You're hitting the open 4th string and then pull it off. And again, that's a pull-off. You actually don't just lift your finger off the string, but pluck it. Make it plucky. So if you're not used to that, try that with me a little bit. Da 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 da. Okay, make a nice strong pull off there. So we got measure 15. And this little slide, again, I'm hitting the 3rd string with my index finger and sliding 2nd fret to 3rd fret, and hitting the 2nd string with the middle finger, because you're going to come right back to that 3rd string open. So the whole thing goes bum bum ba dum ba dum ba ba. Bum bum ba 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 bum ba ba. Try and make it sound like that. Put a little swing to it. This is a filler lick. Then we go into the chorus, 2nd fret of 3rd string. Well, Jesse. Again. Well, Jesse. Okay, let's slow that way down. Let's go through that together, starting the chorus. Actually starting in measure 16. Well, Jesse had a wife. Here we go. Jesse. And that's a little bit of fill in measure 20. 3 children. Children, they were brave, and a little bit of fill there too. 3 children, they were brave, but that dirty little coward. So that's kind of a repeat of the beginning of measure 2 again. That C chord, round Mr. Howard. He laid so he laid hammer on to that 3rd string, 2nd fret. He laid and now another little interesting filler lick. Maybe you played this one before. It could be different, but this is a kind of a fun one. So we got dun 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 dun. Measure 31. So we're using this little chord form where the index finger's on the 1st string, 2nd fret, middle finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. And I'm hitting that 2nd string 2 times in a row with my index finger. There's plenty of time. I mean, those are 8th notes, but we're not playing this thing real fast right now. And then slide. This is a 16th note slide, so you want to hear that in between note. In this case, the slide is not arriving exactly at the same time that you hit the open 2nd string. It's arriving before the da 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 da. All right, and then we walk back in into the beginning of the song again. So that's pretty much all of the things that I notice in the tab. One other thing probably is that you could play, and if you want to start doing this at first, you could play this without the slides. So there's no slide there. Jesse G. I play Jesse James was a lamb. But you could just as soon play with no slide at all. And again, he robbed the Glendale train with no slide at all. Instead of going, you go. So if you're a little more comfortable just playing it without the slides at first, that can work. But I think it adds a little bit of interest to it. So here's a nice, easy arrangement of Jesse James. Feel free to start with this arrangement and maybe add a few things onto it and have a lot of fun with it.